Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail, and we're continuing here in Hillsborough, and we're still at MALACHYS Church here, the parish church in Hillsborough. And as I say, the castle is just up there, and I hope to do one on the castle at some stage. And then you can see Hillsborough as well. And so there's a brave wee avenue up here to the church from the town centre, and so I'll just take a wee walk. It's a fantastic building. There you can see the castle, our Hillsborough fort, and of course King William III actually stopped over there, and so I hope to do a wee talk on that at some stage as well. And of course William signed the Regium Donum there, which was the money for the Presbyterian ministers granted by the king. And so a pretty impressive building, and as I said in the last wee video, the man that was working on the steeple fell till his death. At least that's how the story goes, that he fell from the steeple there till his death. And of course back then there was no safety rules, no harnesses or anything like that. So there you go. Very impressive building, I think you'll agree. You have actually two towers there, the big tower and then a smaller tower, and I think there might be a tower on the other side as well. And the castle's worth a visit as well, so it is. It's now the fort because of the 19th century castle across the street, but that was originally the castle, but it's called the fort now. And the modern castle of the 19th century is called the castle now. Of course Bill Clinton stayed there. That's the residence of the Secretary of State, and also the Queen stayed there as well when she was over here at times. And I'm sure King Charles will probably stay there as well at some stage. And I hope to get a wee video of that as well. There's loads of history here in Hillsborough. If you're into history, Hillsborough is definitely the place to come. There you can see the side of the castle. And so if you're into history, then definitely, there's a window there bricked up. But if you're into history, certainly Hillsborough is definitely the place to see a lot of history. There's some windy there, isn't it? Fantastic. And then you're going around the side of the church here. There's another tower, as you can see. Pretty amazing. And then this is the graveyard. And again, there's one of the gates, another one of the gates. I'm trying to remember the name of those gates. I think it's the Latchet Gate, or the Lynchet Gate. I think it's the Lynchet Gate if I remember rightly. But if you remember, I've done the Drumbeg Church, and they used to keep coffins at these graves overnight at times, but also the coffin would have been left here until the undertaker would have came, and then they would have carried out the burial. Hello, how you doing? How are you? You're okay? You're all right?
Making yourself a film or somebody else?
Just make himself from a YouTube channel. I'm Mark Porter, so how you doing? And so there you are. I think it's the Latchet Gate that these are called, if I remember rightly. And so there you are. There's a wee notice here. Oh, it's just a copy of the graveyard regulations. But there you are. This is the graveyard. It's at MALACHYS Church, as you can see. And that's the forest, Hillsborough Forest, and there's a lake in there as well. So you can come up here, spend the day around the lake, and there's also a big play park there for the kids. So Hillsborough has quite a lot to offer with the lake. It's got the fort, it's got the palace, it's got the church here, and as you've seen, the church is open for visitors. And here's a grave here's caught my eye. That's John Barry, 1915 to 2006. And rector, oh, he was a rector. This man was a rector of Hillsborough, 1949 to 1983. And then that's Elaine Barry, that's probably his wife, I would assume, 1916 to 2008. And it's hard to make some of these out. That's in memory of the Reverend John Dixon, Archdeacon of Down. And he died, I think that's the 6th of May. That's 18... Oh, I'm not sure what that is. Maybe 1814 or something like that. Some of these are hard to make out. So there you are. And then we'll have another one here in the wall as well. Let's see if we can make out this one. That's in loving memory of his children, Caroline Maria, who died 18th of June 1860. Actually, she was only 9 months, so she was only a baby. And Elizabeth Frances Aubin, who died the 24th of April 1861, aged, I think that's 11 years, that's a child as well. And also his wife, that wee child died 1861, and that was actually the year that the American Civil War broke out in America. The war, as it's known, between the states. And there's some old graves here, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to make them out for you or not. Let's see. No, the writing's very hard to make out. They would need power hose, these. You're definitely not going to see that one. And here's one here, it's caught my eye. This looks like a soldier. Looks like a military grave. It is indeed. There's the poppy wreath. So let's see who this is then. J.W. Craig, Royal Irish Rifles, 12th of October 1916, age 27, very young, isn't it? Yes, we'll gather at the river that flows by the throne of God. So there you are. And as I say, the forest is well worth visiting with the lake. It's fantastic. And here's this one. Memory of James Johnson, late of Hillsborough, who departed this life 14th January, that's 1874. So that man there he died in 1874. So there you are. And I'll have a look at these ones here. That's Joseph, can't make that out. I can't make that one out, unfortunately. And there's another one here as well. That's this one. That's 1872, that one. So there you go. Thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. And again, if you enjoy the channel, please like and subscribe. God bless.